Alright guys, so today I'll be going over how I approach natural gut hybrid, stringing natural gut hybrid on my 2016 Babolat Pure Aero Plus. In the mains, I'll be stringing the Babolat VS Touch in the mains at 52 pounds and Babolat RPM Blast on the crosses at 50 pounds. The VS Touch will be in the 16 gauge and the RPM Blast will be in the 17 gauge. I will be trying this setup for the next couple tournaments. At the time I upload this video, I've already decided if I'm going to continue with this setup or not. So keep watching, stay tuned. I have two main reasons for trying out this setup. I was able to earn a new sponsorship with Babolat, which gives me access to discounted items, which included Natural Gut. I felt like if I didn't give, Natural Gut a try, I feel like it'd be like a wasted opportunity. So, and then it's Natural Gut, it's not only is it expensive, but it's also very highly touted for its comfort, its feel, and the power of the shots. So another main reason is at the time of recording this, I'm currently recovering from shoulder issues. I don't know if it's because of not playing as often or I just can't handle the weight. But hoping Natural Gut, since it's so soft and so easy on the body, hoping this would alleviate some of the injuries along with getting more touch, more power, and more comfort. Here you can see me unravel the Natural Gut strings so I don't kink the strings accidentally. Once you kink this kind of strings, you pretty much ruin it. And as you can see, it's a very delicate process. The string is very soft. So, you have to be very careful not to kink the string, making sure, you want the string process to be smooth as possible with Natural Gut types of strings. It's very common for stringers to pre-stretch the Natural Gut strings. You can see me here wrapping the ends of the strings to a grip. I then go to a round object, so kind of like this doorknob. It's very easy to damage a string, so a rounder object would probably be better. If you don't have access to a rounder object, like if it's an object with corners on it, like a square-shaped object, I would grab a towel, put it over the object, and then over the strings over the towel, and then pre-stretch it like that. You can see me here. I'm wrapping the strings on the grip and pulling on it using my body weight for about a minute or so to pre-stretch it. A couple advantages of pre-stretching is that the stringing process gets a little easier. The strings won't be all over the place because it's kind of in an unraveled situation. You kind of straighten out the strings a little bit. It won't be all over the place. And then also it helps deal with tension loss after you're done stringing. So because you're applying tension right now before you put it on the racket, it won't lose the tension as much, and then therefore playing a little bit better, like it's already broken a little bit when you're on the court. So what is Natural Gut? Natural Gut strings are made from cow intestines. Based on what I found, based on my research, they take the useless parts of the cow intestines. Mostly all the slaughterhouses throw those away, so in a way companies are making sure that they're making use of the cows. Now I say cows, it's not just one cow, but up to 2 cows to make one set of Natural Gut strings. Now why do players choose Natural Gut strings? Well, they're considered the king of strings because they're comfortable, which means they're very soft on the arm, and the feel and touch are top class. I've hit some of my best drop shots in my life and you guys know how bad of a drop shot player that I am. They also hold tension the best. I usually restring a full bed of poly before every practice or match, since poly loses tension very easily and quickly. With natural gut, strings are set to be, consistent throughout the life until they break. So, what I'm hoping to get from trying this setup is to last consistently until they break, so I don't have to restring every so often. The only negative I found, or based on what other players experience or research, is that it's sensitive to weather. It's especially weak against humidity and wet conditions. Also, if you don't play with them consistently, they could break if you leave them in the bag or closet for a long time. These strings like to be stretched, they like to be used. Making sure they're active, they're being used every so often. If not only is it a waste of money to just leave it in the racket, but it could also break on you in storage. And that, it goes without saying, you should definitely store it in a comfortable environment, like a good temperature. You shouldn't leave it in a car when it gets super hot or super cold. That would definitely waste the strings and ruin the string job. So at this point of uploading the video, I've actually decided to go back to a full poly setup. I've had many situations during outdoor tournaments when it started raining, and I kept worrying about the humidity and the water damaging the strings and therefore losing tension. While playing, the setup did feel comfortable. I had, good amount of pop, decent amount of spin and control, and some of the feel and touch I've hit was amazing. But my forehand, I consider to be a weapon, my serve and forehand. I rely on a lot of spin on those strokes. And I've had some situations where, for example, forehand topspin, short cross court, it did spray a little bit on me. There's not as much spin. So, tennis is a game of margins, so I need as much spin as I can. So that's actually a huge factor on why I'm switching back. But in terms of, from the ground strokes and at the net, I had no problem with the touch, with the depth. It's just, I need to be a little bit more precise, and a full poly setup would be more beneficial for me. I try to play with a lot of spin in my game, especially on my ground strokes on the forehand side. So I need to be precise, especially on the cross courts. I'm a shorter player, so I need to be a little bit more crafty with my shots rather than overpowering my opponent. So if you're a player that wants to try to overpower your opponent, play with power, this setup is definitely something I would recommend. But, for me, I'm trying to hit with a lot of spin, be precise, be creative, and that's a big factor of why I'm switching back. In terms of durability, I broke a set within a 3-week period, so I think that's pretty good actually, in a hybrid setting, with a shape poly on the crosses, like the RPM Blast, which is like 8 shaped, and then in a open string pattern with the pure Aero. So it's a very wide string setup, string pattern, so I've had times where I break a poly within, a week or two. So for this setup to last close to 3 weeks is, I think, definitely satisfactory, more than satisfactory actually. So, but yeah, I had a great time with this setup. It's just, for me right now, I think a full poly setup would be beneficial. So that's it for now. That's it for this video. Keep watching if you would want to, see how I string. It's been a while since I uploaded a stringing video, so I know a lot of people like to watch a full stringing video, so enjoy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Help me reach 400 subscribers by the end of 2022. And I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.